love just happens or it's planned. We must believe our spirits know somehow. Baby, we can't stop the falling we feel now. New emotions overflow. Now this heartbeat wants control. Baby, if the love was meant to be so strong, something close to magic's coming on. Take my heart and lead me into love. Light the way for me. Without your touch, I cannot see. Lead me into love. I'm deep in the miracle of you. When we feel excitement rise, we'll share the secrets found in lovers' eyes. You speak the words of love, I'll speak them too. Baby, ain't no stopping me when I'm near you. Gotta take this heart and lead me into love. Light the way for me. Without your touch, I cannot see. Lead me into love. Deep in that miracle, deep in that miracle, so I can see, like the waves, I keep telling you, you make a miracle, you make a miracle. Bring it to me, baby. I need you to bring me the miracle. Baby, honey, won't you make it happy? I know that I'm no good, baby. It's surely that your desire is complete and I don't know. Baby, so I can't see
That is the one and the only Anita Baker. Good morning, ladies and gents. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Yes, that would be the one and the only Anita Baker. Do y'all remember when Anita Baker was going to court, and I'm just using her as an example, although she's a celebrity. Um, I can think of another instance of when it happened in the instance of Toni Braxton. Before the show, The Braxtons, it was a funny thing that a black woman that had made some amazing music and contributed to the legacy of black music. It was funny that when she found herself poor, so poor, basically poor according to celebrity standards, poor according to rich people standards, when she had to apply for, basically appeal for assistance to file bankruptcy because she was broke. We know from shows like Unsung that happened to a lot of celebrities. So she's just one of many examples. And what's interesting is that Toni Braxton was one of the first. You can hear black people talk about everything, other than the fact that Toni Braxton was one of the first people that came out that was a black parent. And despite the fact that she was a celebrity, she had an autistic child. So of the many things that you will hear people talk about when it comes to the Braxtons, when it comes to Tamar, you'll never hear them mention that Toni Braxton had an autistic child. And she revealed that in an Ebony, either Ebony or Essence magazine. See, that would have been before it was bought out by other people, like BET was. But I remember when Anita Baker was going through divorce, and you seen the same thing in the instance of when it happened to Holly Berry. So here you have one of the most beautiful women on the planet, a biracial woman, and not beautiful, one of the most beautiful women on the planet because she is biracial, but because she is such a beautiful woman. They didn't make fun of her as well. As a matter of fact, what I recollect is black men celebrating the fact that for once, a black woman had to pay alimony and child support. That's what I remember these ignorant ass niggas doing. And then you also saw it in the instance of when it happened to Wendy Williams, of when it happened to Wendy Williams, of when it happened to Jill Scott. As Jill Scott had a mental nervous breakdown publicly, that became something that was funny. The same thing happened with Mary J. Blige. Although Kendu Isaacs, for all intents and purposes, was a black male that carried out the long con. It was funny because that happened to a black woman. And that was an opportune time for the beta black males on platforms like YouTube to have these celebrations online. So because you have so many people that have me and life all fucked up as to what I give in terms of my actual content, although I'm not going to prohibit the brothers, this might not be and I'm talking about the brothers that support me, this might not be the best place over the next several months. Because I think a lot of these nigga bitches that have formed these force fields around these motherfucking niggas, but nonetheless, bitch, you got nappy head, no nuptials, no husband, and your ass is still applying for government benefits. You still appealing to the white man's court to get assistance to take care of your motherfucking children. You still applying for fucking food stamps. You still living in Section 8 and Housing Authority subsidized programs all across the nation. You're still dependent on fucking WIC to feed your fucking children, because these trifling ass niggas that you've laid up and had these fucking children with, these same trifling motherfuckers like the Ken Nolas that you run around this motherfucker and coddle, got me and life all fucked up. As you sit there on a platform and talk your fucking shit on a platform that's not owned or controlled by not near a black motherfucker, but you want to talk about fucking white supremacy. So what's interesting to me is this little dynamic, and y'all know, well, my people know that I like to lay on individuals and analyze them. And I like to be able to do that without them watching or without them knowing that I'm in the space. That's how I'm able to accurately assess things. And I'm going to get into certain dynamics that I've seen play out, with Stomp Down, that I've seen play out with Jason, just to name a few. So for all of you bitches in the beef sector that wanted to rally together along with these punk assholes over here in the black sector to call yourself dog piling me, I'm going to get all you bitches together. Every last one of you bitches that tried it. Because again, I think you got me and life all fucked up. And you should have did your fucking research. That's first and foremost. That's where you fucked up at. Not doing your research. See, you're not doing your research and your due diligence when you have to have a panel and invite bitches up there on the panel to give you my fucking story or my history. That means that you're a lazy fucking bitch that wants to sit back and beg for cash apps and fucking super chats, and to use the other motherfuckers to be able to pull your numbers in without you actually doing your due diligence. Like the trifling ass bitches like the Olivia minus the motherfucking ovaries oracle over there. The all-knowing, the all-seeing. She's able to know all things and see all things, other than why the fact that her fucking ovaries and her fallopian tubes aren't fucking working. How old are you going to be before you're able to look into your little crystal ball and see that, bitch? So I wrote some notes down because again, I'm going to be going live in little increments. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on long ass live streams. I'm going to go live whenever something comes to mind, or whenever, as I write notes and basically share with you all. Because what I don't want to happen is for other black people to go off on these crash dummy motherfucking missions. Okay? And I want you to be able to take note of the hypocrisy with some of these black people. All right? Now, the first thing that I wanted to point out is that who was it that took, I've said it time and time again, that it was not a strawberry letter. I said that I sent that because it was a prerequisite to explain what your history was and what you could bring to this particular show or panel that was supposed to be different black women contributing to this show that was supposed to be a way to pay it forward, to share your experiences, to be able to help other Black women? Was it what white man? Did the white man or the white woman take that? And I'm talking about it started with the pro-Blacks doing it. What white man or white woman took that information and made it a point to mock me, make fun of me because of what my journey was? What white man or white woman did that? What non-Black did that, period? But again, white supremacy is the enemy. The first time that it ever became a matter of a way, it suddenly was incorporated into, it suddenly became a drag and a roast. You have all of these advocates for children, including GX, that just a couple of weeks ago made fun of me being molested while he's going around on different panels, getting access to panels under the pretense that his concern was about somebody else's child. But he was just over there on his platform talking about black children being cursed by God. He was just over there talking about making fun of me being molested as a child. But before he did it, who was the first person to do it? Was that a non-Black, or was that other Black people that weaponized that information against me? But nonetheless, white supremacy is the enemy. When it came to doxing my family, when it came to people talking about opening up their platforms, when it came to content creators opening up their platforms to an individual that called my grandchild ugly, was that the white man? Was that a non-Black that did that? No, those were Black women that allowed my family members to be doxxed, right? No white supremacy involved. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not a fucking thing that I've seen Jason do that you fucking niggas haven't done. The only fucking difference is that he's not Black. So again, there you have the instance of where, because we can do whatever we want to do to each other. We can get you fired. We can label you a pedophile without any proof or any evidence or anything that even remotely resembles that in your history. If we want to call you a pedophile, it's okay. Right? It's only a problem. See, you're supposed to close ranks when a non-Black does it. Close ranks even tighter, so that opens up the door for you motherfuckers to do even more fuck shit. But when it's done back to you, you somehow become a fucking victim. Kwani has been dragging kids for how fucking long? With impunity. And then every couple of months, or whenever it's time to play the enemy of my enemy is my friend, motherfuckers start circling back around and sucking the cocks in the clits of their fucking enemies that have done these things. But nonetheless, Jason is the enemy. See, you know what my perception is? I beg to differ. Jason's only the enemy after you've gotten the information that you're seeking, though, right? See, it's okay for Black people. See, I think kind of like what happened was that you all use Jason for information. And then after you've gotten the information, or even in the process of you getting the information, I think you want him to be your little secret. You don't want other Black people to know that you're collaborating. Well, basically that you're in cahoots with him, that you're using him for information. And then after you get the information, you want him to go away. Well, see, I've watched you niggas do that to each other. Use each other for information. So again, when Rita was talking about the fact that out there were moves that were supposed to be made, and the only thing that she saw was people running their mouth, well, that was because Rita expected me to contact the federal government on fire. So again, it was okay to use the information that the interlopers were putting out there, namely Leak You and Jason. It was okay to use the information that they put out about the EIDL loans, the PPP loans, right? It was okay to use Leak You for information, to be able to do what? Do what both the interlopers told you that they weren't going to do. I thought I heard Leak You say that she wasn't calling anybody, and I heard Jason say the same thing. But what both may have known for a certainty is that if they put the information out there, your hatred for another Black woman would blind you to the fact that it was the alleged interloper that was putting the information out there. But when it doesn't fit your narrative, only then and only then, after you finish using them, they become racist, right? Then a woman that's a mixed woman becomes the white woman. When it's convenient for you. But nonetheless, everybody was doing commentary on the information that Leak You put out there. But when it's convenient, she's an interloper and a racist. And I see that as hypocrisy. I see that as you believing that you can do to everybody what you do to each other all the time, which is use each other for information, use each other to fight each other's battles, get together and dogpile motherfuckers, get behind the scenes on the back end despite claiming that you're not on the back end with any fucking body, sludging and sliming around and looking for ways to snake other people. That's what my perception is. The reason why I called out what I saw happen in the instance of Stomp Down as fucking hypocrisy is because Stomp Down didn't say any fucking thing different than what the fuck you niggas and bitches get up, you niggas and nigga bitches get up here and say. Stomp Down didn't say any fucking thing worse than what's come out of the fucking mouth of fucking Kwani. Kwani has been saying the same thing to you bitches that Stomp Down has been saying for years. And it's only because it came out of his fucking mouth that it was a fucking problem. And all of a sudden, you raggedy bitches become fucking victims. All of a sudden, Olivia the Oracle is on mute. Stomp Down said he would pay to have somebody killed. Allegedly, right? And then suddenly that becomes so much different than niggas toasting popcorn and peanuts to see a fight at a motherfucking courthouse down round to Baltimore on December the 16th. But what Stomp Down said is the problem. That's the problem, right? Not every other, so I shouldn't have it's going to be a bit of an exaggeration. I shouldn't have 1,000+ screenshots of niggas in chat rooms talking about they can't wait for December the 16th. Let's see if you keep that energy December the 16th. December the 16th, 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 right? I want to see what's going to pop off. I'm sorry, what non-black person was it sitting around in chat rooms talking about seeing a fight at a fucking courthouse in a criminal fucking case on December the 16th? But no, white supremacy is the problem, right? See, when you have niggas like GX over there on Pastor Wilson's platform, just a week ago, he was over there on a homophobic rant. Now, because he wants to thumb his nose at Phi Babe, you know what ZX is? ZX is the equivalent of the mutant in the 300 that King Leonidas offered the job to hold the water bottles, or to hold basically to tend to those that were actually fighting the war. Now, he should have been killed at birth because of his deformities, according to Spartan law. But somehow his mother and his father squirreled him away, and he wanted to fight with Leonidas in the 300. So did Leonidas just disregard him right away? No, Leonidas said, okay, you want to fight? You want to go to war? Okay. Show me what you can do. That's a pretty fine thrust that you have there. Show me what you can do, Spartan. And what did he do? He got so much in his feelings that he sold out his countrymen to the fucking enemy. And what ZX did was, ZX didn't even go to kiss the figurative Medo-Persian king's feet. ZX sold out the black sector, right? Because he was over there, right? You were making tours in the black sector, saying that you weren't even in this sector anymore. He sold out his countrymen to go and kiss the feet of a Medo-Persian, an enemy king. But in ZX's instance, he did it to kiss the feet of the Queen of 1,000. And he was willing to sell out the people that had been there with him in order to accomplish that. As a matter of fact, when he made his 1,000, he said as much in that fucking live stream, that if it meant that he had to lose his fucking people, he was willing to fucking do it. You remember when the little traitor was there before the Medo-Persian king, and he showed him all the women having the threesomes, and he showed them all the wine and all the jewelry and all the this and all the that, like Phi Babe did over there in Babe Nation. Oh, Phi Weasel put on a grand performance, didn't she? And ZX went over there crawling on his motherfucking knees, like the enemy, like that little deformed motherfucker did before Xerxes, the Medo-Persian king. Which, by the way, they were called Medo-Persians because they were a combined dual world power. So they were a very powerful force. Do you remember? He said, oh, I wanted all. I wanted everything. I want women. I want to have sex. I want diamonds. I want jewelry. I want pearls. I want this. I want the fame. I want 1,000 in my chat room. Come on, Phi Babe. Give it to me. Give it to me. Right? Only to have what happen? And not even 30 days after the fact, he's over there at her nemesis panel, feigning yet again concern for her child. Let him tell it. The man that was over there calling children cursed by God. The man that was over there making fun of children getting molested as children, because he can't separate his feelings towards the individual, just like he lacked the self-discipline to be able to, stand with his people. And if it meant turning down an offer, you remember when the Medo-Persian king said, if you would listen, you can save your people. What did Leonidas tell him? Shit, for all the fucking fighting y'all motherfuckers did, we might as well marched our motherfucking women the fuck up here. To off you motherfuckers. Because you fight like bitches. You remember he told Leonidas, he made the same offer to Leonidas. If you bend down and kiss my feet or do one act of fucking worship to me, just like the devil did Jesus, if you do it one time, what did Leonidas told him? The way my knee is set up, that ain't gonna work. What did Leonidas say? What did the Medo-Persian king say? It's not a single one of these motherfuckers I would not sacrifice. Just like ZX did when he got his 1,000. What did Leonidas say? And I would die for all 300 of mine. But these are the motherfuckers that want to run around. I'm a man. He's over there on Pastor Wilson's platform, an openly gay member of the LGBTQ community's platform. He's bragging about having purchased 2 houses for $30,000, which I debunked as a fucking lie because I showed the documents of exactly how much he paid for the house. So while he's over there talking about what a businessman he is and how he dropped 30 bands, and he's so altruistic. He's one of the good guys. He's a gentleman. And then you have dumb, dense bitches like the Diamond Dories that get up there and Pastor Wilson, I just want to say no, bitch. You weren't fighting for a fucking thing. You were fucking bitch. And if you were such the lawyer that you're running around this motherfucking parts feigning that you are, bitch, you didn't have any. Let me ask you, a YouTube attorney. Let me ask you, do you have any legal counsel, ma'am? For what crime was committed with a man with a gun in his fucking hand on an unarmed woman? What say you, Esquire? Bitch, if you don't get somewhere and sit your retarded, big teeth ass the fuck down somewhere, bitch, your ass will be bridled. And I will ride your motherfucking ass like a rodeo around this bitch. Go sit your stupid ass down and shut the fuck up. You cock thirsty while claiming to have a motherfucking husband ass motherfucking bitch. She got teeth like a motherfucking horse and a motherfucking ponytail that she done cut off of a motherfucking horse. Sit your stupid ass down and shut the fuck up, bitch. I just want to let you know, you were a disappointment. No, bitch. Well, what was the disappointment? That you didn't get the chance to get the dick? I said, is that the disappointment? Big teeth, bitch. That you didn't get a chance to get the dick? This is the perfect example of the type of stupid nigga bitch I'm talking about. The way he disrespected her and drug her motherfucking ass and aired her the fuck out, this bitch should be a no rap type of situation. That's what I mean when I talk about the bitches that are beyond help. No, not my words, hers. I didn't hit Pastor Wilson's platform and say the shit she did. So, when it's said and done, when it comes to individuals like Stomp Down saying something, I don't see that as first of all, I'm not a bandwagon. I don't hop on motherfucking bandwagons. Okay, I have a backbone. So everybody, now I'm not gonna say everybody, but certain individuals wanted to hop on that bandwagon. And again, was the issue really that Stomp Down said something that was any different? Here's the whole thing. Listen to this. Do y'all remember when Fire Babe had on fucking repeat her and the looting liar with the lack of locks? Do y'all remember on the State of the Beef Sector when they put on repeat Kwani threatening my life, talking about my children being pallbearers? And that was fucking hilarious, right? But nonetheless, because they talk out of both sides of their mouth or out of their ass at the same fucking time, she was able to go over there and manipulate words that Stomp Down said to talk about that was the reason. Hey, Stomp Down, that was the reason why she was pulling Babe Nation out of his chat. No, bitch, you pulled them out of his chat because you don't really like to be challenged, bitch. That's why you did it. You did it because you're able to perceive a threat. Just like you are when it comes to Pizarro being the new queen of the beef sector. You recognize the threat. And you use that as an opportunity to try to eliminate it. He hasn't said any fucking thing any worse than what black women say to each other. But you exploit the fact that he's a damn man. But you justify dogpiling one black woman to 10 bitches. But suddenly, when one man gets on your ass, you the fucking victim. You a victim. You can put on repeat again and again, and oh, it was hilarious for Kwani to talk about my children being pallbearers. Her and QB found that so funny. But suddenly, Babe Nation, my life has been threatened. I need you to, I can't have you supporting people who are threatening my life. And you have people who bid. No, ma'am, I'm not going. So although I know you thought that perhaps, again, ain't no motherfucking fun when the hood rat got the gun. And you wouldn't be any different than anybody else in this sector that has got that hood rat shit fucked up. Again, I play dumb on purpose. Hey, Custer. Another example. Where are the kings? That's why I said, you know what was interesting? And I don't expect for anybody to fight my battles. You all know I can hold my own. But the irony was, I could not ignore the fact that it was actually a person that I was in opposition with at that time that actually hit the link and spoke up and said something. Where else did some assistance come from? In a sector, the black sector isn't Custer's sector. Custer is from the beef sector. He's 7 stars former moderator. But nonetheless, it was Custer that hit the link and tried to help me. You know who else did that? Uncle Suge. When I was being attacked by individuals that I attacked him, keep in mind, I attacked him and his family on their behalf because I was riding out with them and for them. When I was being attacked on Clyde Diva's platform, who was it that hit the fucking link to at least get up there and attempt to fucking help me? Suge. That's the irony of it. You will see these chicks get drugged for filth by a gang of niggas. See, what these dudes actually think that they're doing, like the ZXs and such, let me explain something to you. You know what my introduction to platforms were, up to panels were? Where I got my introduction into panel politics from. Men in the Manosphere, Obsidian Media Network. That's where my introduction on how to conduct myself on a panel came from. So what these guys believe that they're doing to somehow, trust and believe me, if I could stand my own against niggas in the fucking manosphere, what ZX does over there is like a cake with fucking pink icing on it. And it just shows what type of bald-headed beta male bitch that he is. Which is why I don't respect him. I never will. I never will. I see him as the bald-headed beta male bitch that he is. So when I hear terms by the pro-blacks and others, oh Lord, with chicken grease drizzling all down their chin. Oh Lord, they done moved in and bought up everything. They done bought up all our property. They done put us out. Meanwhile, for 10 plus years, I'm not even going to say 10 plus years. You have niggas like the ZXs that run around here and brag about how many bitches they have instead of building. That's no. I don't see gentrification. What I see is a bunch of trifling ass fucking black people that weren't interested in buying or revitalizing their own fucking communities. They sat back and they complained about what was happening. And despite them bearing witness to what was happening, they did absolutely fucking nothing. And even though they have the perfect opportunity to take a platform like YouTube that at the end of the day is a fucking business and become entrepreneurs to actually build and network with other fucking black people, you know what I see them doing? Stupid shit like this bald-headed beta male bitches over there doing. Taking black women's pictures and triangulating them against one another to make himself feel like something important. That's what the fuck I know. What I know is that I'm hearing niggas run around and claim albeit a fraudulent claim that they could drop 30 bands on a fucking house for their fucking mother, but nonetheless, his fucking mother is living and surviving off of government subsidized housing in the city of fucking Philadelphia in Richard Allen projects. And you have women that don't see that as a problem. That's what I know. Now, whatever legal matters Babe and Jason have going on, that is between them. But here's another example of the hypocrisy of Black people. Did they not want and support wholeheartedly, day after day after day after day for fucking months, ZX doing the exact same fucking thing that Jason is doing as it relates to fucking Babe? What white person or non-Black person was co-signing ZX wanting me back in prison for cussing his fucking mama out? Listen, Black people sat back and watched GX, Mr. Magoo, do the same fucking thing that Jason is doing as it relates to fucking Babe. And you had nothing but Black men and Black women co-signing it. Why? Because their hatred blinded them. Listen, you even had individuals that he had done similar shit to circle their wagons back to join forces with him in order to take me the fuck down. And I'm one fucking woman. And you had other women co-signing him doing it when he had done them just as dirty for no fucking reason. That because he couldn't fucking control them. And who the fuck they supported. But nonetheless, they would join forces with him. And because they were in their feelings, again, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. This is how Black women always cut off their nose to spite their fucking face. And they do it again and again and again and again. So no, I don't see at the end of the day, when it's said and done, some things are perceived as, hey, a view is a view. Some things are perceived as being done for shock value. On another note, you have individuals like you have to chew. When it comes to content creators, you have to chew out the meat, chew the meat and spit out the bones. There are certain things that Tommy Sotomayor says because he's actually that narcissistic. And there's certain things that he says because it's tied into his ideology in addition to his life experience and stuff like that. And but to say that there's nothing that can be learned from the shock factor, the shock jock factor, would be it wouldn't behoove me to do that. So the same way, it's not rocket science to sit back and figure if I say this, if I do this, it's going to produce this sort of reaction. If I set this stage, Black people are going to do this. So there's a shock. I remember one time my son came and told me, Mom, what happened with you and Tommy Sotomayor? I said, what the fuck are you doing watching Tommy Sotomayor? And he said, no. So Again, so when you have people that believe, oh, it's just on YouTube, it's just a YouTube thing. No, it isn't. One of my son's friends was watching Tommy Sotomayor and saw my picture. I told my son, don't watch him. I said, I said, don't watch him. We just on, it's just YouTube shit. It's almost as if, I had to basically explain that to them, that it is YouTube shit. When it's YouTube shit, they don't even get involved in it. I said, just ignore them. I said, it's just nothing more than YouTube shit. Because I don't want them to go and listen to videos and get triggered or get to reacting because they don't understand YouTube shit because they're not on YouTube. Okay? Now, does that mean that I'm some kiss ass for Tommy Sotomayor? Well, Tommy knows I'll cuss him out just like how the fuck he'll cuss me out. How does he know that? Because I cussed him out after he sent me a goddamn dollar cash app and told me to stop lying on him, which is a whole nother different story. But no, I'm not going to kiss his ass either. Okay? But to say that there's not something that can't be learned, or that you can't incorporate certain areas of where an individual has succeeded into your own commentary would be foolish. It doesn't mean that you're a fan of the person. You don't even have to like the person to do what the fuck they've done that actually works and what doesn't work. You learn from what they've done that doesn't work, and you learn from what they have done that does work. And that's just it. So I'm able in certain instances to remove my emotions of what I feel about a person personally and be able to assess a situation. A lot of these people can't do that. So they're always going to be chasing their own tail. And because they don't have anything else to bring to the table. Tommy himself said in my fucking chat one time, it's too many it's too many content creators and not enough content. How do you figure? That's almost like saying you're in business. Just say, for instance, you have a bakery, and bakery is your business. Because you don't like the way a person talks, or because you don't like the way what side of town a person came from, because you don't like the color of that person's hair or the color of their fucking eyes or their fucking skin complexion. They come into your bakery to fucking do business. And you're not going to do business with them because of what side of town they travel to your fucking bakery. This is the logic of some of these dumb ass niggas. That their coinage doesn't spin the same. As if you have to have some personal relationship with the person to do business with them. This is a fucking business. It's not a fucking dating app. It's not the old friends or the old high five where motherfuckers are here to make friends. It's a fucking business. And because you have so many niggas that don't have no business about their motherfucking self, they can't make that separation. If you're doing what you're doing because you're so passionate and you're doing what you're passionate about, what the fuck is why is there so many problems? Why do you have so many motherfuckers that are doing what they're doing because they're passionate about it, but nonetheless, you have all these fucking problems? You want to control where motherfuckers go. Well, guess what? If you weren't stalking them, it's a likelihood that you wouldn't see them there. You see them them there because you're going all over the fucking platform, stalking them every fucking where they go. That's why you see them. I can't tell you every fucking chat room or every goddamn content creator my fucking moderators and subscribers support. That's not my goddamn business. When I go live, are they here? I said, are they here when I go live? Do they show love when I upload a video? So why is it my fucking business who else's fucking chat room, who else's fucking panel they're the fuck on? Are they talking shit about me when they're there? If you sick, demented motherfuckers were not following these fucking people, stalking them for one goddamn end of fucking YouTube to the next, you wouldn't know where the fuck they were. I can't tell you where all of these people are at any given time because I'm not stalking them and following them every fucking where they go. Hey, Choreo lover. Hey, Queen Naima, how are you? So, I mean, it's that's the type of shit that's disturbing. And you want to focus the energy. You want to focus on one little white man. As if what you niggas do collectively is not a part of the fucking problem. So no, Stomp Down doesn't have to be everybody's cup of fucking tea. Jason doesn't have to be everybody's cup of fucking tea. I'm not everybody else's cup of fucking tea. Well, why aren't you somewhere sipping where it's your cup of tea at? You want to control what tea is being poured in somebody else's goddamn cup. Instead of focusing on what the fuck is in your own and what's in your own that you're sipping. So among the other things that came out on that panel, because see now ZX want to go. The reason why I referred to ZX as the little traitor, one of many reasons why I referred to him as that little traitor, because now he wants to go over there to all places, find weasel enemy and trade secrets. So he done become this shapeshifter to the little snake that wanted to have sex with the queen the night before he was supposed to appeal to the council on her behalf to send aid and assistance to Leonidas, right? Because that is the reason why she fucked him, not because she wanted to fuck him. She did it for her king, so that he would get the aid that he needed, him and the men, right? The 300. And what did the little weasel do when he got on the council floor? That resulted in her driving a sword through his ass. What did he do? So he done went over there to find weasel enemy and started offering, he's throwing out what secrets he got. No, why don't you we're going to need you to just go head on. If you're going to sell your secrets, ZX, like you tried to sell your soul with them audio recordings, we're going to just need you to come on out and be the prostitute that we know you are. Be the cyber hooker that we know you are. Don't try to act like you're a holistic hooker. Nobody's interested in your holistic hooking motherfucking services. If you're going to suck a dick, we want to see you do it publicly. You don't listen, Helen, he want to slither over there to the house of Jay Wilson and suck a dick in secrecy. You like the serpent that you are. And you want to talk about preaching back. Oh, listen, they ain't going to like this type of teaching. He want to slither over there into the house of Jay Wilson and suck a dick in secrecy and want Jay Wilson to remain silent. No God. No God. We listen, you don't get to sneak and suck a dick around this bitch. If you want to sneak, listen, and I'm a petty bitch. If you're going to sneak, the hell if you will, sneak and suck a dick around this bitch. If you want to suck a dick, bitch, I want to see you do it. You bald-headed beta male bitch. How about that part? How about that part? But Sexy Star, they don't like this type of teaching. Hey, Cheryl. So yeah, again, you know, when I hear terms like gentrification, all of that race baiting bullshit, okay? That's the black version of dog whistling, okay? So instead of black people using the internet as an opportunity to actually build with each other and brand build, they're using it as an opportune time to sit online and bullshit and then complain like they've been doing since how long? ZX brags about being a businessman. Okay, well, what blacks has he put to work? What blacks does he employ? When you go to do the research on his business, he has one employee, him. So it's not like he's a businessman that's putting other black people on. That's not what the fuck he's doing. He's getting up here being a braggadocious, bald-headed bitch. And proving day by day how much of a beta male he is. Because if you have to go over into the beef sector and throw yourself at the mercy of a community that you were just dragging, which is the LGBTQ community, if you have to go over there and submit yourself to an openly gay man, that says a lot. And Pastor Wilson will play those games with you. It's almost like every time, you remember, that's why I use the analogy of this nigga getting bitten his ass by a Rottweiler as he done thought he was going to steal some shit. Pastor Wilson, you thought that you were going to get some shit, GX. And Pastor Wilson let you think it. Because at the end of the day, Pastor Wilson gets the way the game is supposed to be played. So while you're over there talking about Pastor Wilson, me not going at Pastor Wilson because Pastor Wilson was going to withdraw his support again. While you are over there seeking Pastor Wilson and his platform support, because now Weasel is your enemy. Don't bring me up, bitch. You don't need to bring me up in order to ask Pastor. Listen, again, that's that sneaky sucker dick shit. You already have the record to reflect that you've gotten caught one time trying to sneak and suck some dick. You didn't learn anything from that. You didn't learn anything from the goddamn federal paperwork that's online. Not my words, yours. You haven't learned anything from trying to sneak and suck a dick yet. You still slithering and sliming your slothful ass around here. And before you suck a dick, no, you don't get to bring up my name before you bow down and suck a dick so we all can see it. The only goddamn thing we should have heard was the zipper unzipping and GX slurping. You ain't got to bring my name up to do that. Keep my name out your mouth, ho. Because you know I ain't got nothing. Listen, I'll be like an old, whole, nasty piece of goddamn turkey vulture perched in a motherfucking tree around these YouTube streets. Pot belly and all. Get into it. Keep my name out your mouth, ho. From here, use your lower, take your teeth out and use your lower gums. Like Martin said, use your vowels. Henceforth, the only thing I want to hear is a zipper going down. Zip, and I want to hear you sounding like you got the motherfucking exorcist on a cock. That's what I want to hear. Not you bringing up my name, bitch. What the fuck does Pastor Wilson's support got to do with you, bitch? I said he's a man. I went at the women I had an issue with. What part about that, you bald head beta male bitch, don't you understand? From henceforth, the only goddamn thing, again, that's what we want to see. Chop, chop. Is this thing on? Zippering and slurping. And in closing, I just want to say that when GX went over there to sell his soul and slurp what he thought was going to be in secrecy, honey, who the old turkey buzzard with the goddamn lace front on was right there perched in the motherfucking bushes, bitch. And he said that Five Babe wanted him to basically fake fight with her, listen, with her fugazi ass. She talked about fake fighting. So this old greasy nigga done slithered this old geriatric grease monkey done slithered his ass over there into the house of Jay Wilson, and he about to sell all her secrets. Because that's what you was doing. Trying to sell your secrets on the low. And Jay Wilson toyed with your ass. And that was a sight to behold, to watch an openly gay man play with your homophobic motherfucking ass. In my opinion, your closeted ass. And he let him get away. And every time ZX was getting ready, every time Pastor Wilson felt that tension, he pulled him right back in. Oh, no, GX, don't go. No. I'm not saying, I don't mean any harm. In other words, come on back in. Come on back in. It's okay, GX. You know what the equivalent of the translation of what Pastor Wilson was doing on that platform? Come on back in, GX. Pastor Wilson was over there rubbing your back, GX. I said Pastor Wilson was over there rubbing your back, just like Hazel, Mildred, Gert, Trudy, Harriet, and all the rest of them bitches do when Leroy get home from work and his big ass piece of chicken ain't fried. That's what I saw. I saw Pastor Wilson rubbing your back, saying, it's okay, GX. I really didn't mean anything by it. Come on back in. That's what I saw. Pastor Wilson over there rubbing your back without actually touching it. And every time he cajoled you and coddled you and comforted you, you didn't see that left hook coming. You didn't see the right hook coming. You didn't see the uppercut coming. Because you are a dumb beta male bitch, just like I said you are. Okay? And you willing to suck a dick for your 30 pieces of silver, just like Judas. That's just the fact of the matter, bitch. Okay? He's over there ready to suck a dick for 30 pieces of silver. And if you ain't got the 30 pieces of silver, allowing him to slither his slimy snake ass up on your platform, a goddamn do. Get your retarded ass somewhere and have a seat, Mr. Magoo. Stop saying my name on panels, bitch. I didn't have anything to do with what the fuck you was over there talking about, ho. Period. Okay? Now go on back to having Jay Wilson rub your back. Okay? So yeah. That's just all I wanted to say. Just to give my people the heads up and just watch out for that type of manipulation. Because they're going to try to make it a race. No. No more. Nobody is more of a threat to you on this platform, okay, in this sector. I can't speak for every other sector. I can't speak for sectors or where there's open racism. You want to see open racism? Go take carry your ass down around the storm front. If you want to see racist, do non-black people know what can trigger black people? Well, they know the connotations behind making certain statements. They absolutely do. And they do it to be antagonistic. But is it fair to call them a bunch of crackers, this, that, and all the other, and nobody respond to you? So a person is not supposed to defend himself at any point in time, even though they're outnumbered? And that's just it. You know, I certainly seen certain things happen. I'll tell you another instance of when I've seen that. I've certainly seen that happen in the instance with Roy. Before Roy ever made any comment, calling any black woman a bitch, calling anybody a nigger or anything else like that. What you seen was packs of black people gathering around, calling him everything, making fun of his culture and his race, making fun with sombreros and all this other kind of shit. Every slur, every slang that as it pertains to him being a non-black was slung. But there's this fake outrage when a person responds and uses similar racial slurs that they know and they know the connotation. Well, they know the connotation to those terms just like you do. So if you don't want somebody hurling racial slurs at you, why are you hurling racial slurs at them and then expecting them not to respond? But when they do respond, they're a racist. As if your behavior is not a part of the fucking problem. Do you go to the job where the non-black man, that if you have a non-black boss that cuts your check and call him things like that? If you had a Hispanic or non-black supervisor, do you say those type of things that you think and say under your breath to your supervisor that's non-black? No. Why? Because you would lose. It would cost you something if you did that, right? You would lose your job. If you didn't, you would lose your job. So again, you have this instance of where when they want to control what comes out of their fucking mouth and their actions, they'll do it. But when they want to unleash these racial tirades on other people of other races, they're supposed to take it and not respond to it. And that is my perception, not just solely in this situation. It has been stuff I've seen time and time again. Okay? And I just don't co-sign that type of hypocrisy. Get the fuck out of my face with that motherfucking bullshit. Okay? I'm not going. And again, when you think about the greats in closing, like the Neely Fullers, and like what has Dr. Claude Anderson been telling these Negroes? And for how long? What has Dr. Claude Anderson been telling these Negroes about economic power? But nonetheless, they want to get online, and instead of building businesses and networking with other black people, they want to start fucking gender wars. They want to pour gasoline on out of control separation and division between the genders. They want to get online and attack Black women and bully them, but they don't go anywhere near other men that are non-Black can be found. Other Black men are not at the top of the food chain when it comes to patriarchy. So what they choose to do is sit in these spaces and benefit from male privilege that they deny that they have when it comes to their own fucking women. But talk about oppression. Protect them from being oppressed while they oppress you. While they run around and stalk and harass you and expect to build and eat off of you. And off of platforms like YouTube. See, because make no mistake about it, that's what ZX, aka GX, was over there anticipating being able to do to Fi Babe and Babe Nation. He anticipated there was nothing that she stood to gain from him and his platform. Therefore, that could only be a one-way transaction, which would have been him being allowed to vamp off of what she has established. Even though, you know, we see how raggedy it is. The fact of the matter is she establishes it. Or she established it. So bringing him in, only he stood to benefit. There was nothing that she could benefit from other than to sit back and watch him run his 55-year-old ass around here, attacking every man and attacking every woman that she had a fucking issue with, and her allowing him to do it. That does not make him a fucking victim. He's a fucking volunteer. He went into it with both eyes fucking open. And for what he thought he stood to gain, how many times during that stream did he say he didn't have anything to lose? But as with all things, Black people hear what they want to hear instead of what the motherfucker is saying and what they're saying actually means. He had nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And when he realized that, no, you're not going to gain a goddamn thing, there he goes slithering, sliming, and slugging over there into the house of Jay Wilson. And one of the so-called secrets that he claimed he was selling, or that he put out his whole snake and oil pitch about, was the fact that she was talking about manufacturing beefs, creating strife and chaos. In other words, fake fighting, fake beefing. Which is why Jay Wilson said that he fell out with him. Well, I'm sorry, with her, due to his refusal to have a fake fight or fake beef or beefing for bucks, beefing for the bag, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay? You know, and that's something that I had to think about because, you know, again, the shit that I have survived on YouTube, no, those were not non-Black people that were doing that shit. Those were other Black people. And for the most part, by and large, it was other Black women that were doing that. So absolutely the fuck not. And they were doing it on the behalf of protecting some sort of YouTube fantasy or persona that they had, or persona that they had, and some goddamn man. to get a man's approval, only to have him turn around and shit on him at a later point in time after he had finished using them. Then somehow they become victims. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's why there's certain allegiances I will never have, certain alliances, certain associations I will never have. Okay? So I think that's everything, y'all. I just wanted to make sure that I went over everything that I had to I know what okay. So let's see, if I hadn't wrote the note, I would have forgot. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that you have all of these kangs, right? You have the kangs, the so-called kangs, like the Ken Nolas. Where was Ken Nola when Rita the Rat's son was being attacked? Where was the first line of defense for all of these, black bitches that are, oh, I'm cool with him. Oh, I'm cool. We cool. We cool. We cool. We cool. And QB is dragging this stupid bitch's kid from one end of YouTube to the fucking next. What's interesting is who steps in to say that even though I'm an antagonist asshole at sometimes, that this is too much. The man that they're calling the racist, that's who stepped in. You all remember what happened during the China Doll incident. The irony is, and that's how long I've been following his channel. The irony is, who steps in and says, this is too far? Like, let the lady rest in peace. Who did a video to her that he put together himself? Again, if you're so fixated on clout chasing, you're going to miss the gems. It doesn't matter what sector you go. I think you have content creators that are so fixated on clout chasing, you miss the gems that are in other content creators because you don't see them, because you're only going after those that you perceive to be the most benefit to you, which is how you miss gems like that. Where you have even a non-black person saying this is enough, is going too far. It's wrong. This was a nice lady. It was a nice person, and even though she was a part of this was the sector that she comes from. This lady was always kind and nice. This is too much. There's nothing that you're going to see on his wall that you haven't seen or heard come out of somebody else's mouth. The fact of the matter is, yes, they know what's triggering for you. They know what's triggering for you, just like you know what calling them a racist and all of those other colorful expletives that are associated with non-black people. Just like you know how triggering it is for them, they know what to say to trigger your ass as well. So if you're talking about a very highly intelligent person, that probably has an above average IQ, yes, they are able to play mind games with you by putting together words on a goddamn community tab to fuck with you, under the guise that it's not vernacular. It's the word am I thinking of? Not delivery. Whatever word. What do you know what I mean? Ebonics. Okay. And to to basically make it sound like how type the word out in the way that it sounds. Okay? So yes, if you're talking about a person with above average intelligence, they're able to do that because they know what triggers you just like you know what triggers them. So again, that's just my position on it. Nobody doesn't have to agree. A lot of times, do I have sisters that support me that sometimes think I'm a little bit too hard on the brothers? Of course they do. That's their opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to still hand out work assignments with them niggas' names on it. If it warrants that. They're entitled to their opinion. We don't have to, we're not monolithic. We don't all have to agree. This is not a fucking echo chamber. I'm not going to pull out a fucking whip and start whipping motherfuckers' asses like slaves on a goddamn plantation because you say that, that you disagree. But they know what my position is on it. Okay? So no, that's just where I stand on things. And I just watch how they take situations of them doing the very same thing. And then if they don't like the person, and the reason why I'm able to relate to that is because I've seen them do it to me. Both black men and women. So it's not that far-fetched that they're doing it to other people as well. And then because that person isn't liked or for whatever reason, not only do they want to eliminate that threat and or use it as a justifiable reason to do whatever they want to do to a person, whatever they want to say to a person, they're allowed to do it because they don't like the person. It's not okay to be calling people pedophile. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. It's not okay to put that type of a label on a person because you don't like the person or because you can't win fair and square against the person. That's never going to be okay with me. And what I know for a certainty is that you have people, innocent people, that have went so far as to being on death row because you have some prosecutor that has a political agenda, or you have a police officer that has tunnel vision, that for whatever reason, despite all evidence to the contrary, they're fixated on this person did it, allowing the person that actually did it to get away with it. How many times have these people ignored receipts? They can hear the person saying it themselves in the audio recording. What do? Ignore it. Didn't have, you see receipts. Okay, this person said this. They will ignore it. In some instances, they won't even look at it. That is the prime example of a police officer that may have, or a prosecutor that may have exculpatory evidence, and because it does not fit with this person that they have this tunnel vision on, they will hide it. They will act as if they didn't see it, pretend that they didn't hear it. And that's just not what I give. Sorry, not sorry. Those are the type of people, and I've seen that even when I was out there in the streets. Anytime you make a decision, and I'm talking about, I've seen it in the instance of where you're talking about drug bosses. Anytime you make a decision, it can affect the people on your team. Anytime you make a decision. And you have to consider whether or not the trickle-down effect is going to be worth the chance that you're taking. It has to be worth the risk. And what I've seen these bitches do is the equivalent It's of I don't like all, even though they're doing something that can be to their detriment. I've seen these bitches time and time again cut off their nose to spite their face. They will ignore any danger that it may put. It's almost like they're saying, okay, well, if I go and do this hit, that may mean my family members getting hit. That may mean other people that work for me getting hit. That it would start a war. And because I'm jealous and envious, and there's something that this person has, no matter how minuscule it is, that I'm sitting here coveting, I will rather take the risk of my family members and other people that work under me, and people, casual damage, collateral damage, being killed for my benefit so that my ego can be gratified. And that's what I see these bitches do. You don't have to look better. You don't have to have the better shape. But because they cannot remove their self from their fucking feelings and their hatred for you, which unbeknownst to them is not really hatred, it's jealousy and envy that turns into hatred. That's the source of the hate. They're going to make a decision that would jeopardize every fucking body around them getting hurt in some shape, form, or fashion. I've seen motherfuckers do that in real time, and that's what I see these stupid bitches do all the time. They can't go after their enemy because there's all this fucking infighting that breaks out. They have their enemy. Listen, they can have a clean shot, a clean and clear shot at their target. And they will be in the fucking car waiting to pull off the fucking hit. And you know what these motherfuckers will do? What they do is the equivalent of start arguing in the fucking car. I've seen it. I don't see what these bitches did any different. And I've seen them do it again and again and again and again. That's why I'm an expert. Bitch, I can shoot and drive. I can shoot with one hand and drive with the other. Because at any point in time, these stupid ass niggas will allow their ego to get the best of them. They have to be the top dog at all fucking cost. So no, you don't ever have to worry about me running up behind an individual I see making those type of plays. Because I know if you'll sacrifice your own, here's the whole thing. If you will sacrifice me, if you will sacrifice your team, you will fucking sacrifice me. If you will throw your fucking team under the fucking bus, bitch, you'll throw me under the bus. Under the right set of circumstances. And it's really just that simple. It's not rocket science. There's nothing fucking complicated about common sense. They always try to make common sense. Common sense is not complicated. It's real simple. Period, point blank. It doesn't take me 20 live streams to get that. So no, you ain't never got to worry about it being a problem for a bitch like that to get the fuck on about her motherfucking business. It's you going to somebody's platform and opening your motherfucking mouth and taking shots at me. That's the fucking problem. Not you getting the fuck on about your business. When you ain't got no motherfucking business about yourself. Bum bitches. I can't. All right, y'all. It's kind of nice out here today. I curled my hair so cute. It's kind of nice out here. I curled my hair earlier. I use flexi rods. Sometimes I use the steam rollers. And then other times I use the flexi rods. So because I'm planning on doing some little holiday videos, I've been playing around with different styles for my hair. So it's kind of nice out here today. I'm probably going to go around my niece's house for a little while. And, you know, I'll be in and out the house. You know what I mean? Yes, I listen. I love them. I love them, and they're so convenient. I always get the long ones, Lola Noble, so that way I can twist them and fold them over like twice. You know, so I love them. They do. They leave the curls, the long, because this hair I got now is probably about little actually past my boobs, so I think it's like 24 inches. So yeah. And when I'm not going anywhere, I just keep it pinned up. I'm trying to find like for the holidays, I want almost like a old Hollywood glam style with, like the deep body, like the deep body wave. I don't like those tight curls, but the deep body wave that almost looks like the crinkles. I'm trying to find the perfect full lace front like that to bring in the New Year's, like with that old Hollywood glam style. So I can take like a peony or something like that and put it on the side of my hair. Oh, yeah. Listen, I might find me a little bay thing, okay, over the holidays. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I just have so that'll go along with my little holiday flow. Okay, all right. So, with that being said, you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch up with you guys out here in these YouTube streets. Okay, mods, I'll post on the community tab to give you the heads up when the rescheduled mod meeting is going to be. Okay, it'll only be about 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, but I'll post that before I go live. I'll post it up on the community tab to give you guys an opportunity. Okay. To come, to make time or whatever. All right. I certainly appreciate it. All right. Peace, y'all.